y'all, welcome to the BMS podcast. It's your host, and today we have
Jacquelyn Michele.
And today we're gonna talk. I call her Jacqueline, but Jacquelyn Michele is that your music?
Yeah, my artist name is Jacquelyn Michele. A lot of people know me as Honey Love because I introduced myself as that like 2 years ago at the studio, but I go by Jacquelyn Michele. That's where all my music is gonna be under. So
Jacquelyn Michele. So tell us a little bit about your music and what made you want to start music.
Okay, so it actually started after basketball ended or whatever, and I quit basketball. I was like, well, I've always loved writing music and stuff, so when I went off to college or whatever, I started vlogging, and then I did a video where I had to write a song under like 15 minutes, and I just did it as a joke, and then I ended up making a song which is out on all platforms now, Shining in the Dark, and that's kind of what started it. And my dad helped me like find people in the city to where I could like record and stuff. So, but I've always been like a singer and like into musical theater and stuff like that. So yeah, where I actually like started singing was probably like opera. Like I did Kansas City opera and stuff.
So from high school, I know Jackie from high school. Meeting you always went by Jackie. So what made you like start going by your actual name?
That's a good question. So I actually looked up the meaning of my name, and that's really what I was like, oh, my name means so much more than I thought it meant. And originally when I started going by Jackie, that was like in elementary school because nobody knew how to pronounce my name. So I was like, I'll just go by Jackie because I'm tired of people messing up my name. So that's why I was like, well, I'm grown now. I should really start going by my actual name. Okay. So, yeah.
So making your first song, did you think like you would fall in love with making music, or like how did you think? Like you said, it was a game, but like, were you surprised with yourself?
I was really shocked. When I first started like writing music and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm actually good at this whole writing thing. And then when I went to the studio for the first time, which shout out Mid-Range Music, that's when I was like, oh, other people like this too. Like they like my music and like the way I sound and stuff. I didn't sound that good back then though. Like, but this was back in 2020. So like I've grown a lot since then. But yeah, no, I never expected to actually be good at it. I kind of like let other people validate me in that sense. So
in Kansas City artistry, what are some like pros and cons of now that you're being in the music and being around it that people may not know that may be getting into music or want to pursue music?
So I think the cons is just like marketing. Like marketing yourself is really hard. When you say you're from Kansas City, I feel like a lot of people have already like a view of what Kansas City artists are like and stuff.
Notion.
Yeah. So getting past that and being like, okay, well, forget it. Like you're gonna be yourself. Like it's a lot of people that deserve the spotlight too in Kansas City that just aren't known enough to really shine and stuff. So that's why they seek other opportunities elsewhere. But I think just putting yourself out there would be some good advice. Like don't be afraid to like meet up with new engineers, like meet up with new producers and stuff like that in the area. And then you can also reach out to like other people from like Houston, you know, other cities that you plan to like maybe move to eventually, because that's kind of what I've been doing recently. But I do love Kansas City, so it's not like I'm gonna just dip out and never come back.
But I mean, if it's for you, like if it's a better situation to help you elevate, I feel like you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like the music scene is coming up in Kansas City as we speak, especially like I don't know, Kai Colors, he's really dope rapper. He does a lot. He does a lot in Kansas City. And so I guess just putting yourself out there more, like going to shows, like open mics, getting your music out there. That's what I'm starting to do now.
Have you collaborated with anyone? And if so, how has collaboration been with being a woman? Because some people say it's very difficult.
So it actually has been very fun. I love every collaboration I've done. Actually, when I first went to the studio, I collaborated. Like, it wasn't like a solo song I did. And so that was with, he was a rapper, but he also sings. So it's like he was singing and rapping and stuff. But like the features I've been doing recently have been with Asia. Her name is, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I'll send it to you so that you can put it on the screen.
Yeah.
But she's really dope. And we have a song coming out on her new album. And that was really cool. She was just like, hey, you want to be on the song? Like, and I was like, of course. Like, I love this song. And yeah, it's been really good so far. I actually performed this Sunday.
Where do you perform at? Even though, well, this won't be out when she performs. But where do you perform at?
I perform at Tin Roof. I think that's like, it's somewhere close to here. But yeah, it's called The Battle of the Sexes, and it should be super fun. But so far with collaborating, it hasn't been any like negative experiences. It actually helps you grow in a sense, because like they might have a different style of music than you, or they might have a different writing technique that they use to like better your game and stuff. So
What has been so have you had your first show already, or is this your first show?
So my first show was actually October 30th. So this will be my second.
How was that?
It was fun. It was super fun. It was at Savage Saloon, and I performed 2 songs, Try Again, which will be on my upcoming EP, and then also Confessions, which is out already, but it'll also be on the EP. So.
Who is some of your music inspiration?
Okay, so I have a lot. I feel like when you're an artist, you have to have a lot of different inspirations that you have. So probably top 3. Ooh,
Let's say top 5.
Top 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Top 5. I definitely think that Mariah Carey is definitely one of them. Mariah Carey, Aaliyah, if I were to like go throwback. Those are the main 2 for throwback. But up and coming, probably Samaria. She's known in the Bay Area, I believe. Kehlani, of course, even though I haven't listened to her music in a minute. But who else? Summer Walker. I love Summer Walker. Jasmine Sullivan, who I wish I sounded like, but she's an inspiration for sure. And then I think I have one more. I want to do a male.
That's what you want to do now.
Because I didn't mention any male. Probably Tone Stith. He has an amazing voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, who do you feel like you like, as far as your music, what does your music sound like? You could have described it to me.
Sounds like, I think it's a very like, I have a very soft voice.
So, like, what's the mood?
Oh,
Maybe
the
that's
mood?
better, like the mood. Not like if you sound like somebody, like what's the mood? Like, I know you listen to Kehlani. It's like sometimes she gives like, it's like more of like a boss
Type of
energy,
vibe.
but it's still R&B and it's just different vibes.
I definitely think for this upcoming EP, I have a lot of different vibes, but main one is like, it's giving 2000s R&B, like love, but also like, you know, a little bit of dash of me in there. Like the last song on the project is really special because like I think that song really does like explain me as a person. But I feel like it's very soft and sensual, I would say.
Can you tell us the name of it?
Oh yeah, To Whom It May Concern.
Oh.
So whoever it's about, you know.
So
yeah.
with that, do you put like your life, like things that you go on in your life in your music, or are you more of just like, I just make what I feel, not necessarily feel, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean. So with this project, yes, a lot of my personal experiences are like mixed into it. But like when I go into other sessions and stuff, the intention isn't to like tell my whole life story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I may end up writing a song that like I actually do feel, but it wasn't like my intent to make something.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
So no, not like every time, but you know, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I want to write a song specifically about this experience,
Mm-hmm.
or, you know, somebody else's experience even. So, that's kind of how I write.
Have you had the experience of people like coming up to you, like knowing who you are as far as making music yet? Have you had that experience?
No,
Or
not
been
yet.
surprised?
Not yet. I'm hoping.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I'm hoping, I can get, more people to know about me in Kansas City, and then move out
So
elsewhere.
where would you move?
I'm looking at Houston right now, but I don't know.
Why Houston?
I love Houston. It's just a really good scene for music there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if not Houston, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That one's huge. That's like acting, singing, and everything.
So glad you said that. What else do you like see yourself doing? What are you gonna be doing in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'll have a degree. Well, really, in 6 months, I'll have a degree.
So you're gonna graduate in May
Yeah.
from college.
With a degree in social work, and I plan to do one more year for my master's.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, probably move somewhere, because I feel like I need to experience living somewhere else and just, meeting new people and stuff. And I may end up moving back here. Who knows? I love Kansas City, but I just lived here my whole life, So
have a different experience.
yeah, meet people, continue making music, but I eventually want to have my own nonprofit. So my goals would be to have like an LLC and get that going in the next 5 years.
So when you say a nonprofit, what does that look like for you?
So music therapy. I'm really interested in music therapy. I want to work with kids specifically, and help them with whatever they're going through music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna be looking into programs for music therapy, and yeah.
So would you ever do like social work when you start to go on the field, just to
get my feet wet, and build up experience. Right now, like I have had like a lot of experiences in social work, just because we have to do like a practicum and do an internship pretty much at different facilities and stuff. So I've worked with homeless people. I've worked with kids at Boys and Girls Club. I loved it there, which I would do again. But yeah, those are some of my like social work experiences.
Do you ever feel like overwhelmed or overworked with having to do those? 'Cause I know social workers get social battery be dead.
I'm glad you asked me that, because I actually took a year off from school because of those things. Like, I feel like social work is very overwhelming. You can get burnt out very quickly because of the amount of work you do, but it's very much worth it in the end, because I feel like the impact you have on other people is just very high. Like, it's a high value work. So it's not bad. It's just definitely take time for yourself. So that's kind of what I did. I was like, I'm gonna take a break, get my shit together. Oh, okay. Get my shit together, and come back stronger. So
how you feel like? So with you doing music and school, how is that self-care for you? Do you devote a day, or at least like a day in a month or something, to yourself to be able to calm yourself down? Because I know as a woman, especially as a Black woman, it can be hard because we have to wear so many hats and we have to do so many things. Got to be here, there, everywhere. So that'd be difficult. So how do you go about self-care?
Self-care, I think I'm getting better at it. One thing that I've been doing this past year is traveling more. I feel like that's really what's been helping me. Like, not being too, people are like, well, I don't have the money for that. Or, like, they do have the money, they just don't want to invest in that time and, like, take off. There's so many factors with, going another place. But I definitely say do it. We're in our 20s, like,
and we ain't got no kids.
We ain't got no kids. We ain't got nobody to worry about. Like, go see something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go do something else. Invite your friends. So that's kind of how I self-care. And then I guess on a, like, weekly basis, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I guess music is my like therapy. Music's my therapy. I like to go skating sometimes. And then I don't know. I really don't have too many self-care things that I do on a weekly basis. Just spend time with family. Go to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I'm not, you're a Gemini, aren't you?
Yeah.
How is that incorporated into your music? Because I was listening, I don't know if you know who Lady London is. You know who that is?
Yes, I love her. She's one of my favorite rappers.
Yes, and she came out with a Zodiac album. I thought was interesting. But I also found it interesting, like, how different people make different music. So, as a Gemini, how do you feel like that plays a part in your music? Like, what's your experience?
So I feel like it plays a part because I'm very indecisive. So like you may see one side of my personality and then see the other with the next. Like so I in the next song that you hear, I'm like, okay, Jackie, you've got different things going on. but overall, like I feel like I'm very much I'm not too interested in like showing that I'm a Gemini in my music, but. Hey, I don't know. If it shows up, it shows up, yeah.
So, with school and college, have you been, like, devoting more time to that specifically because you're almost at the finish line? Or do you feel like you have a very good balance between that and your music?
So, right now, I've been hyper-focused on music. I haven't been too focused on school right now, but it's about to be that time to, like, start focusing on school. So... just this year off, I've kind of like thought about different things that I want to do for the last semester, and like bettering myself, not being as, being a procrastinator. I don't want to do that anymore, even though that's just hard. That's hard for a Gemini, okay?
It's hard for a Gemini.
And yeah, so but I've been able to balance things pretty well because I'm getting my mind right. I'm not overwhelming myself with a bunch of responsibilities and stuff like that. So with this project, how many songs did you say was gonna be there? 7 songs, y'all.
Is there a specific reason why it's 7?
So I didn't want to do 6 songs. I'm just kidding. That's not the real reason. I did 7 songs. It was perfect. Like I did an intro and outro and then, 4 songs to fill in the middle. So it's kind of like a storyline. So it wouldn't have made sense having more or less like.
So do you feel like it flows within each other? Like some albums is like they randomly put this shit together. And some albums is like Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite. Well, he is my favorite artist. Like, damn, I can listen to it forwards and backwards, and the music all aligns with each other. Do you feel like that?
I feel like this project does go together. I don't know if the like instrumentals go together, just because, some of them I got off of BeatStars. Some people made the beats for me, so. I hope that it goes, like, I've listened to it. I think it flows really well. Like, I didn't want to put random shit together.
Some people just be like, I just put it on there, like.
Yeah, where they make really songs and then they just put a whole bunch on the project.
This song I just put together. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this was planned out. This is definitely planned out, and I definitely want people to leave with, just a sense of like, oh, what is she going to do next? Like, that's the whole goal for the project is like, I want to hear more, so, yeah.
So with your storyline, it's your story, basically, from what I'm hearing. Is that correct? Yeah. And you said it's like more about love and stuff. Is it just your experiences or like, do you feel emotionally attached to this project? Some people feel more emotionally attached to some songs than others because they're like, when I was in this, I made this song, I was in such a bad space, but I felt like people could relate or connect. Or when I was in this, I felt in love, I felt in a good space, so I love this song. Like, what was your like mind space at the point of time when creating the project? Even though the songs are probably different times, but just like that.
Yeah, the project was made over the course of like 2 years, so some songs I don't connect with anymore just because I've moved on. But there's definitely a few on there that I still relate to and still can go back to like the feeling that I had making it. Which is why I say the last song is probably my like, okay, I feel that.
Yeah. Is that yours, the last song you made to fit on there?
No, actually it wasn't. But once I made that song, I was like, oh yeah, I have to finish this because this song is way too special and I need to make sure that the whole project is just perfect. Because I'm very much a perfectionist. I try not to be because it can ruin a lot of things when you're trying to be perfect at everything. But when it comes to music and stuff, something that I love, like, I think that's why I'm really a perfectionist with it.
So with beats and stuff, like, how do you go about buying beats? Like, how does that work? For people that want to get into it, is it difficult? Is it super expensive? Like, how does that work? Would you want to make your own beat and do engineering, or is that too difficult?
So, no. I definitely think that you should... If you're just now starting off, you should look on YouTube, look up some beats, and start like perfecting your writing skills. If you want to put out a project, however, I would get with some producers so that they can make your beats and stuff, because that'll make it much cheaper for you. It is expensive if you are going to buy other people's beats off the internet. I use BeatStars app, which just be careful because a lot of beats can be reused, between artists and stuff. But I don't think that's bad because everybody creates something different from that, like instrumental. But as far as me right now, I'm going to focus on producing and engineering. I'm hoping that mid-range can help me out with that because there's a lot of good producers and engineers. You just have to invest in the equipment and stuff. So that's what I'm doing now because I definitely think it would be beneficial for me to make my own sound and perfect it so that I can continue to make music that means something to me. So
do you try to switch up your music a lot, or do you want to, like you said, have your specific sound? Because I know some people, like, they say certain people sound the same, never sound like Raw Wave. People, not heard people say that, or Polo G. Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like they only say that about, it's funny because they only say that about certain rappers. They never say that about any R&B artists, which I could say Chris Brown sounds the same in like a lot of his music. Like,
yeah, that's true.
There's so many artists that sound the same, but that's their sound. That's their signature. That's how you know it's Chris Brown on the track. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to have your own sound. But it is also, on the same hand, important to like switch up the like type of music you're doing and like try new things. So like with Drake, he does a lot of Afro beats and like he switches up his style.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what is so dope about Drake and why so many people love him, because he doesn't just stick to one thing. Even though there's some people who are like, oh, I hated that album, I'm like, well, there was a ton of other people who liked it, so he's still making bank. So I definitely think both are important, to like have your own sound and then also switch it up from time to time.
So when in your creative process, do you work better? Like, are you a night owl? Do you like to write at night? Do you like to write at day? Or are you just like, whenever I feel like I have an idea, I just write it down? So
I used to be a person where every time I had an idea, I would write it down. My notes are so disorganized by doing that. So I no longer do that. I'm trying to be better at like, okay, if somebody asked me to do this, like to do it right then in that moment. Like, okay, sit down, take the time out of your day and do it. And that has helped me with, taking less time on things and not stretching it out. Because, like, I mean, I worked on this EP for, like, 2 years. I don't want to do that again. I want to get these songs done in, like, 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, I got a new project, So, but, like, the quality of the music, that's where you elongate the time to put in. Which is why this first project is important because, I think I took my time on it and stuff, because there's some artists who like they just put out a song like every week and I'm like, did you think about what you were doing?
Not that you think about it.
Not that you have to think about everything you do, but I don't know. It's just sometimes things don't go together, you know? But
it's true. Some of them do be just throwing stuff together. And do you feel like music has become like very, what's the word? Saturated?
it's
Because everybody has so much access to the internet and SoundCloud and all type of stuff.
It has. And there's a lot of artists that really have gotten clout or whatever, have gotten the motion or whatever, that I really feel like, what did you get the motion for?
No, what did you get the motion for? But do you feel like that's short-lived? Like, do you feel like, okay, I want to take my time with this, even though you say you want to get done with songs, do you also feel in the same breath like, okay, I want to take my time with this because I want to be here for a long time and a good time?
Yeah, it's about really, because like, if I want to stand next to the greatest, like Whitney Houston, you know, R.I.P., but all the greats that you know, I have to put in the time. I have to put in the effort. I have to put in the work. It's not just gonna get handed to me. And if I'm gonna do that, then that means vocal coaching. That means putting in a lot more work and taking a little bit more time than what other people are doing.
Mm-hmm. So with that, would you ever do like a boot camp?
Oh yes, I want to bring in more opportunities of like writing camps, boot camps. Shoot, I need to work out. Like that's like that's like a whole different thing. Like these people are fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fit for performances, fit for everything. I'm not there yet in terms of like physical and stuff like that, but I plan to get there. I plan to put in the work and find those people that will invest in me too.
How is the support being from your family? I know you say your dad, but just the support in the back, like, because everybody doesn't have that necessarily,
So I'm very grateful for my family because my whole family knows about me doing music and stuff like that. My dad's side of the family, oh my gosh, it's huge. It's huge. I showed my music the last family reunion and they were like, you're a star. Like, and I used to like sing at every like family reunion, so you know, it's nothing new. It's just like they're like, okay, you really going for it, like keep going. So I'm really happy about that support. I feel like on my mom's side they're a little more quiet with it, but you know, it's still the same. It's like you do what you love, like period, point blank. But my dad is probably my biggest supporter. Mm-hmm. He's the one who's helped me find connections and continue to make connections with other people.
So how has it been, like, as far as, like, with you focusing on so much, balancing, like, friendships and things like that? 'Cause I know it can be hard, and I know a lot of artists be like, well, I had these group of friends when I first started, and now it's not the same.
Okay, so friends.
Oh, y'all. She said friends.
Like,
I got one for that. No, wrong place. No, well, that was a joke. Well, that's a good one.
I don't know. I can't really speak on this topic because I don't have very many. Like, I feel like right now I'm just, like, focused on myself. I'm not really, like, worried about having friends or, like, you know, other people that support me. Like, I would hope to, like, begin at making friends, like...
But did you want them specifically in the, like, music industry so they understand the process? Because that can be hard, like, knowing you gotta devote your time to this music and I feel like you're being a bad friend, but you're genuinely, like, trying to achieve your goal.
You know, anybody who's actually a friend will understand when you're, like, busy and stuff like that. So I'm just really looking for the friends that, you know, understand me as a person and are meant to be in my life. Mm-hmm. I'm not really looking for no temporary things, if that makes sense. So who's ever, you know, here and willing to support, I'm going to support them too in whatever they want to do. I think, you know, I've lost a lot of friends over the last 3 years, so...
It's okay, me too.
And it wasn't a bad thing, you know, they were in my life for that season, and yeah.
So for the people who want to tune into your music and, like, we talk a little bit about you, like, how would you describe yourself as a person?
As a person, I'm very goofy. Once you I'm very goofy once you get to know me. Don't be weirded out if I'm awkward like the first day we meet because it's just how it goes. Like, I have that awkward stage and then I get comfortable and then I'm like, okay, we cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's vibe, let's get to know each other. And yeah, I would really hope I'm good company to be around. I don't like to belittle nobody or, come in the room thinking I'm better than everybody. Like, I'm not that personality at all. I may have been that person like back in high school. I don't know.
I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah, I don't know what vibes I gave off in high school. Probably just crazy.
Well, we grown. Everybody's grown now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But yeah, I want people to see that I do care. I do care a lot about people and their well-being. I don't want anybody to be going through something and not be open to like talking about it, like and stuff like that. So that's what I hope people gain from the music that I've made. Like, I want people to be themselves and not be afraid to like, let go of a situation sometimes, or like say exactly what the situation was and, accept it for what it was. So
So we can talk a little bit more about music therapy. How did you come across like music therapy? Because that's the first time I've heard people say like music is therapy for me, but actually you saying that you wanted to start a business as far as that, like.
So music therapy would actually be getting into like how healing like different sounds are, so like in different instruments. But the real reason I got into that is because actually when I was undecided in my first like 2 years. Well, no, really the first year, I was undecided with my major because I went in thinking I wanted to do nursing, and then I was like, no, absolutely not. No, I do not want to be in a hospital every single day of my life, even though there's some nurses that can work outside of the hospital. But anyway, besides the point, irrelevant. I was like, okay, now what do I want to get into? Do I want to get into social work? Do I want to get into music? Because I really was like, maybe I should minor in music. I actually did that, or tried in stride, because literally I took one class, it was music theory, and then some vocal lessons or whatever. The vocal lessons were fine. It was just music theory that was like, oh, absolutely not.
What made you say absolutely not?
It was just so complicated, confusing. And it wasn't the way that I learned music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't learn I don't learn the technicalities of everything. Like, I learn very much, like, visually and, like, just kind of doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, after that little shebang, I learned about music therapy and going to those classes and stuff because they have a whole music therapy program at KU. And I was like, oh, I want to get into this. And then they told me, oh, if you want to get into this, it's going to be 5 years. And then I was like, oh, no. I'm not about to do that. So that's why I went into social work. I had all the credits at the time that I needed to go into it and not be behind. So yeah. And then I learned that music therapy, you can actually do a master's program in it. Like I can go elsewhere and do music therapy for like less than 5 years. That was just that program. So that's kind of how I got into it. I started researching, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And then I don't know if you know, but Janae Aiko, she's into all of the like sound therapy and sound healing.
She's doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I would just speak on her sound healing and, you know.
I'm saying, like, the little, even those, what are those called? I don't want the wrong terminology. But they be having the bowls with the little sticks.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, and I thought that was very fascinating. I was like, she doesn't even need a degree for this. Like, she can just learn about it herself. So there's a lot of different things you can get into without a degree. But, yeah.
So when you're done with, like you said, your social work and stuff, I know you said that you would do some of that. Do you plan to still do social work, or you just plan to, if you could just take off with your music and fully devote your time to your music?
So if I have the opportunity to do that, I will. but I'm also not going to throw social work to the side. I think that can be incorporated, like social work can really be incorporated in anything you do.
Yeah.
Like, and if I make, when I make the connections that I'll have in the music industry and stuff like that, it'll be a lot easier for me to, you know, even incorporate social work, like talk about my LLC or talk about my nonprofit, so that people know that this is like the direction that I want to go.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you want people to know or your fans to know about you, about upcoming projects, what they should look forward to after this project? And
so for this project, definitely definitely pre-save my EP. I'll give you the link and stuff like that.
I'm gonna put it down below.
Yes, pre-save my EP. It'll be out November 22nd. Just listen to it. Listen to it. I hope you like it. And after that, we hopefully getting a music video coming through here. I want to show my little choreography side. I want to show
dance too.
Yeah, dance. So I actually was in Unity dance like in college and stuff. Did it for fun, simply. So I hope to incorporate some dance, incorporate some acting a little bit, because you know music videos incorporate both. But yeah, music video, then a few other singles, and then maybe another project. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it rolling, y'all. We're just gonna keep it rolling, keep it coming, cause why not?
Yeah. Are you hoping to drop another project within 2024? Or how many projects are you just like going with the flow? Whatever comes.
Yes, a project will be coming in 2024. I can ensure that for sure.
So do you not call them albums, or you always just call them projects? Because I know some people don't like the word album.
So I don't consider this one an album, but you know, if we're talking technically, it is, you know, because it's more than 6 songs. An EP is like less than 6 songs, but I don't consider it an album. I consider it a project just because it took a lot of time. I don't know. I just feel like I want to call things EP and album once I get the like traction to my music more. Then I'll call it maybe an EP and stuff like that. Like right now I'm calling it EP too, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's just different. I don't want it to be my debut EP. Like, you know, I don't know.
Is there a specific reason why you picked November 22nd, or just...
Okay, so it originally was gonna come out November 20th, but I was like, Monday? No. So I was like, Wednesday. I was born on a Wednesday. Fun fact. And it's 2 days before Thanksgiving. I feel like everybody's gonna be like super ready for, you know, Thanksgiving and stuff like that, and they can listen with their family and friends. So 2 days before it, I didn't want to do it on Thanksgiving because I was like,
No.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's really why. There's really no like significance. It is the start of Sagittarius season. Fun fact.
Is Sagittarius season special for you?
I do like Sagittariuses, but no.
I do like Sagittarius. Is there a sign you don't like?
Is there Libras maybe, but but I actually like Libras. You know, some are sweet, some are sour though.
I have a hate-love relationship with Libras.
No, but a lot of people would say I'm sour. A lot of people say Geminis are not it. I just don't get it.
Like, I don't know, it depends.
Like,
you're very creative people though. Cause all my favorite, like Tupac.
Yeah, I love Tupac. What's your sign?
Kendrick, I'm a Leo.
A Leo, okay.
Kendrick. I get along with Geminis. Geminis be chilling with me.
Shoot, I be chilling. I be big chilling. I don't know.
I feel like I'll be calm for the most part. Well, at least I wouldn't say I'm around a lot of women Geminis. I have a lot of male Gemini friends, and they just be like the calmest people ever. I'm like, okay, you just chilling.
Yeah, the men are cool sometimes. I can tell you a lot of them are just.
They act cool when they cook Coco. I was like, I've never been in a relationship with Gemini now, so I don't know. But as far as like friends, and they be just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I love all the signs. No slander over here. Just
I can't do
some,
Aries,
you know,
man.
just some of them are sour.
Aries. Can't do it.
Aries? What? My dad's an Aries. That's why he's so loud.
They do be loud. Like, why are you yelling?
You remember my dad.
But in general, they just be like loud. I'd be like, what is going on? How do we get here?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why would you say that? They don't have no filter.
Mm-mm. They really don't. My dad says whatever he feels. And he believes it. He believes it.
That's how I feel about my dad, but he's a Sagittarius. I'm like, you don't have to say everything that
You feel.
not even you feel. Like, everything that you think does not have to come out of your mouth. Some things could just not be said, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, no. I was like, okay. I guess my bad. Gotta live your life.
Man. But yeah, there's really no reason why I can put the date. But yeah, go tune in, tap into it.
Go tune into her album.
And I have
album
music
project. I'll be saying album project, and you have other music.
I have other music out you can stream until then. Confessions, BS, Shining in the Dark, all great songs. So
Will you be making like a Christmas song? A Christmas cover?
you know,
'Cause Christmas is coming up.
I'm gonna do a Christmas melody, for sure. For sure. I wanna do like 12 days of Christmas.
Mhm.
That'll be fun.
Oh, Jackie also has a YouTube.
Yes,
She's gonna
tap
vlog on there.
in.
So subscribe to her YouTube. Tune into her vlogs to maybe see like the backgrounds of some stuff.
Yeah, the behind the scenes footage, vlogs of me traveling anywhere. I want to also do some like fun content like karaoke, like car karaoke or something.
Mhm.
That'd be fun. And have special guests. So if you're interested in that, definitely follow me on IG, the Jacquelyn Michele.
I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Yes, because it's long. But my YouTube is at Jacquelyn. No, not Jacquelyn. No, hold on. It's
Oh, no.
it's at Jackie McSlay. Okay, because we slay. Yeah.
So once again, thank y'all for tuning into the Demons Podcast. We will be back with more content, and make sure you guys are tuning in to her music.
Tap into her podcast.
Appreciate my podcast too. Make sure you guys are like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you guys are looking in the description for the links of when we are doing these interviews to find their music, social media platforms, so you can tap into new artistry. Y'all be complaining about hearing the same music over and over again. So here's some new music, and y'all be complaining about how R&B is dead and she's doing R&B. So make sure you guys are tuning in, subscribing, connecting, listening to some new music, and hope you guys have wonderful holidays and enjoy your holidays. Be safe and peace.
Peace out.